What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. Thank you guys for the continued support. Now, what do we make of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They just got the dog, beat out of them by the New Orleans Saints on Sunday Night Football in front of a national audience, 38-3. Drew Brees took no prisoners. The Saints defense took no prisoners, 3 picks. The Tampa Bay offense just didn't show up. Brady, 3 interceptions. They only ran the ball 5 times. They had 0 touchdown passes. They had 0 touchdowns. They only scored 3 points. And so what the hell do we make of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Because we saw them do something similar to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers haven't looked back since. They've looked really good since then. But we know that the Bucs have all these weapons: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, AB, Scotty Miller, all these guys. But somehow, some way, they only scored 3 points against the Saints. So what do we make of this? Should we overreact to this? Should this be a glimpse into what it's going to look like when the Buccaneers play really good teams in the playoffs? Right? Like, is this a glimpse into like what we should think about this team, or is it just an aberration? Is the Saints just had their number on this night? Sean Payton now coach Bruce Arians. Like, how should we look at this? Well, one thing that is crucial is that Ronald Jones came into this game top 10 in the NFL in rushing. Right? Like, he was top 10, maybe even top 5 in rushing. And they only ran the ball 5 times. Think about this. They only ran it 5 times, and 1 was a kneel down. Ronald Jones had 3 carries. That's a problem. I think adding all of these weapons is actually hindering this team. That might sound crazy, but when you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and AB, everybody wants the ball. And I think Bruce Arians is coming into a dilemma because he's not running his backs, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, enough, and instead trying to get the ball to Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and let Brady sling it around. I mean, that sounds good in theory, all right? In theory, that sounds good, but when you play teams like the Bears with a solid defense, like the Saints with a really solid defense, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. And then you go over to their defense, which gave up 38 points. Well, part of that was because the quarterback threw 3 picks. Let's not get away from that. He did throw 3 picks. But Drew Brees and the Saints came in with a game plan. Look, we're going to hit these short, quick passes. We're going to implement a little Taysom Hill, have him come in and do some gadget stuff. But these short, quick passes to Alvin Kamara, we got Emmanuel Sanders back. We have Michael Thomas back, and we're going to get them incorporated into the offense. But these short, quick passes, think about it. Drew Brees completed 26 passes, but only 222 yards. But he had 4 touchdowns because the short, quick pass game that eliminates the Tampa Bay pass rush. When you get the ball out of your hands really fast, Shaq Barrett, JPP, and Ndamukong Suh, all those guys, they can't attack you on the pass rush. And so that's what the Saints did, and that's why it worked. It was effective, and it led them to blowing them out. They couldn't run the ball very great. They weren't really effective running the ball. I mean, we're talking about Taysom Hill led the team in rushing, 54 yards. So they couldn't really run the ball all that great. But those short, quick passes and causing turnovers over on the defense helped the Saints a lot. So let's go back to Tampa Bay. Where do we go from here? Well, I think what they need to do is establish the run game. Their offensive line is good. Their running game is really good. I understand that you have AB, Godwin, Gronk, and Mike Evans, but you need to feed Ronald Jones. You need to feed Leonard Fournette more in the running game. There's no way in hell you should only have 4 rushes. 4 rushes, the least in NFL history. 4 runs. That's it. They had 5 straight 3-and-outs to start the game. That's not going to win you ball games. It's not. I understand Tom Brady, but he is 44 years old? He's old. He doesn't need to be throwing the ball 38 times. That's how you end up with 3 picks. Tampa Bay needs to go to the drawing board, man. Bruce Arians, I know he's no risk it, no biscuit, but, man, you got to give the ball to your backs. That is how you're going to win games in this league. That is when your team is the most effective. When Ronald Jones is toting the rock, when Leonard Fournette is toting the rock, and you implement Brady and he gets it, he spreads it out, not overly looking for Gronk, not trying to implement or incorporate Antonio Brown too much into the offense in week 1. It's just doing too much. Run the ball. Run the ball. You'll be a lot more effective. That's all I got today. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss channel, the Boss Sports Network. I'll see you next time.